You know this, Joni. We've been fighting to keep exemptions, that you can exempt out of the vaccine program for your religious reasons. You don't want aborted DNA in your babies, for chemical reasons. I actually want to add an exemption. I want a science exemption. I don't believe the science is there, but here's what people have to recognize. As soon as we open up, these state capitals are being funded by pharma right now to pass laws to remove every exemption, which means they may not even say COVID-19 or coronavirus vaccine. They're going to take away your ability to opt out of that vaccine program, and that means you've just got a mandatory COVID-19 vaccine law. Everybody has got to start looking for their health freedom groups, their vaccine freedom groups, whatever it's called in your state. You've got to show up to the state capitol, and you have got to fight right now, and you let your political leaders know, I will vote you out if you take away my right to decide what's injected into my body or the bodies of my children.
Everybody say amen on that.
Yeah, and I'd like to make an announcement right now, Dell, about this. I think we haven't gone out in public and said the certain things that are happening from a communications you've already seen. You've seen if you want to talk about it, you can, but I will tell you right now, I want to make an announcement, Joni, here. There is a medical freedom, not a health freedom, a medical freedom super PAC being developed right now as we speak. And that medical freedom super PAC is to unite based upon what Benjamin Rush, the only physician who signed the Declaration of Independence, he said that if medical freedom is not given to us as a constitutional right, and one day we will have to face a dictatorship in medicine based upon one person's belief, and that medical freedom should be right alongside religious freedom. And so that the medical freedom super PAC is to unite people of all faiths, of all the monotheistic faiths, together for their freedom to choose what goes into their bodies based on their religion and medical freedoms.
Well, even though we're not seeing this in the secular news media, we are seeing it places like here and your podcast and YouTube and so on and so forth. But people are waking up.
They are waking up and I've been interviewed. I'm doing 3 to 4 interviews a day with mainstream media, Guardian, BuzzFeed, you name it. And they're saying, what's happened to the anti-vaccine movement? We thought that the COVID-19 was going to scare the world away. Instead, it's exploding. My viewership is 25 times what it was 3 months ago because, people are with him. It is now affecting them. Unlike autism, which was something that happened, if it didn't happen to you, you didn't believe it. Now everybody's life is being destroyed. And what are they being told? That the savior, what's going to come and save you, is a vaccine. And so now for the first time ever, everyone's going, well, what's in a vaccine? And what does it take to go through the safety study? And, what am I waiting for? And so they're focused on something we've been trying to do for years. I need you to look at...
Oh, absolutely.
Great. Now we know right now across the world, Europe's doing polls. In America, 30% are saying they will not take a COVID-19 vaccine. I think as they come out of, which is like dream world, thinking their job's going to be there, and we see how destructive this has been, that number is going to go up. They're complaining in every headline around the world. The anti-vaccine movement is using this to grow. We're not using anything. They grew it for us. They absolutely have terrified the world when people say, this is the world, without vaccines. No, this is the world with vaccines. This is the world run by doctors. This is now what you can now say to yourself, whether it was a dictator or a prime minister or a president, everyone stepped aside and let the head of the health department make the decisions for that nation. And the world is in dire straits because this is what a world looks like when doctors run it.
And at the end of the day, I think both of you will agree that at the end of the line, at the end of the road, when all is said and done, this is about one thing, and it's about greed, and it's about money.
I think that I would disagree with you, Joni.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's because they have all the money, they have the power. I think this comes to eugenics.
Which we know Bill Gates believes in, right?
He has said it outright and multiple times. We need to reduce population.
What do we do for Bill Gates except pray for him? What else do we do?
I think we have to pray very hard, and I think that I'm sending a message to Donald Trump. I would like to see Bill Gates investigated for treason. I think that, and Tony Fauci and these people, because what we're looking at is the WHO, which Donald Trump, let's all celebrate the fact that he pulled funding out of the WHO. We have Bill Gates and people like that, a very small group of people that use foreign actors, foreign scientists to propagate a false narrative that has destroyed the economy and the safety of the United States of America. If that's not treason, I don't know what is. And I'm not here, I'm not judge, jury, and executioner, but I'm saying I hope that our government really, truly investigates these people for the crimes that they've done against this nation and the world.